Have you ever heard of custom queries in Altium Designer, but not knowing how to use them? Well, I was going to show you a couple different things that I use custom queries for. So let's get started. So I use these net ties for Kelvin connections for sense resistors. And there's a couple of things wrong here. One is they're physical features on the printed circuit board. They're not components, but we use them like components so you can put them wherever you want. As you can see, they've got silkscreen, it's tie 1 and tie 2, and we don't really need them because they're not going to be placed on the board. So I could just select it and hide it like that, and now it's gone. That's great. But what if you have like 10 of them on your board or 20 of them? So you can use this PCB filter dialog. If you don't have it up, you can go down here to PCB and PCB filter, and it'll pop this open, and you can say string text like, and then use a single quotes, tie, and then a star, and I want to select matching, and I want to apply to all. So I can look here and it says 2 objects are selected. So let's look. And I only see 1, but I know I have another one, and it's probably selecting the hidden one, and it's just not showing the selection. So now I can go to PCB inspector and I can say hide. And so they weren't the same. This one was not hidden and this one was. And so now it just made them both the same. So now they're both not hidden. Now if I click it again, now they're both hidden. So that probably wasn't the most useful thing in that situation, but like I said, if there were 20 of them, that would have been really useful. You don't have to go find all of them. So I'm going to hit Shift C, and that clears everything that was selected. We've got another problem. My DRC error colors are orange, and you can see that there's a problem here. I'm like, what's wrong? I don't see anything wrong. I can right click on the violation, and it says it thinks I'm colliding with another component, and there's 2 errors. So if I dug into this deeper, I'd find that this net tie component, Altium thinks it's interfering with this component, which it is, but Altium doesn't realize that this is a 0 height component, and it's just fine. It's like a trace. So what I can do is double click on my net tie, and I know that this component is never going to conflict with another component, and so I don't need it to be checking for that component when it goes and does that interference detection. So I can go to design rules. I can update my design rule with a custom query. So here's my placement component clearance rule, and I'll set both of these to custom queries, and instead of saying all, I'll just say everything that doesn't have the footprint net tie top small. So not has footprint, and I'm going to paste the footprint name. And so now it should check everything that doesn't have that footprint. And I'm going to make both objects the same. Now if I hit apply and say OK, now my errors go away. And it still is detecting component clearance errors, just not with that net tie top component. So that's two ways that I commonly use the custom query language in Altium Designer. So I hope you found that useful. There's lots of other ways to use it. If this was helpful, why don't you hit like or subscribe, and you'll see some more videos that you'll find equally helpful, hopefully.